Why, hello. My name's host Eric. Mondays are for Whimsy.
I think you're right.
I figured Rachel was awake enough for me to start live streaming. We did something kind of unusual last night. We mostly slept in the same room. It was pretty romantic.
It really was. We watched some of Black Clover.
Why did we sleep in the same room? Hi, Abraham Rincon. Well, it was nice. We got 2 beds in here, 2 fold-out beds, and figured might as well just crash out in here. It was a nice temperature in here last night.
Yeah.
It's important to have the temperature right if you want to sleep really well.
It is.
I think 73 is the right temperature for good sleeping. Oof. Of course, what happens as soon as I start live streaming? What's the first thing that happens?
No! Oh
The poop starts brewing.
no! You just started.
I just started, and all of a sudden the poop starts brewing. I can feel it coming. Hi, Margaret. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see.
So yeah, I got like 6 pounds of poop in my butt right now. About 6 pounds. A full 6 pounds. Like 6 pounds, 4 ounces of poop in my butt. We are doing good. We're also doing well. So we got both ends of the matter covered. I do have you, Eric, emailed Anthrax. I can sleep with your computer on and you can watch me sleep. I have done that before.
Yes, he has.
I have done that before. I've said, okay, well, I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm just going to leave the live stream going.
Yep. Those are like the 10-hour live streams.
I've done that before. I've slept before in the old live room too, and had people going in and out and watching me sleep. You know? But to be honest, it's probably not the most entertaining live stream. Watch Eric sleep, although, maybe if I titled it that and right from the get-go, I was just sleeping the whole time.
Well, I remember people liking it. They'd be like, oh, I remember one time I came into the chat and you were sleeping, and Winston's mom was like, oh, he's just been rah-rahing.
I do rah-rah. Rachel can attest to the fact that this is not just something I do on camera. I rah-rah all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time I get into bed, I go through my ritual rah-rahs.
It's adorable.
I looked high? I don't know. I'm not even high yet. I haven't even smoked my first bong rip today.
Wow.
How can your girlfriend say I'm high already? Cut me some slack here, girl. All right? I'm almost never high. I'm usually very, very low. I look tired. I mean, I just got, seriously, 13 hours of steady sleep. We went to bed at, a little before 9 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
Got up after 9 a.m. this morning. I did just wake up. That's true. Maybe it's because I have a jacket on. Maybe if I take this jacket off, you'll cease to be fooled.
Oh, maybe, yeah. See? Ooh, look at that skin color.
Look how wakeful I am. See how wakeful?
That was wakeful.
I have a coffee. It's right here. It's not actually McDonald's coffee, but it's in a McDonald's coffee cup.
Oh, nice.
So I am going to be pulling my first bong rips of the day shortly. So if your girlfriend would like to stick around for that email anthrax, I understand. It's a pretty exciting moment in any live stream.
Yeah.
Eric's first bong rip of the day.
I keep you transubstantiated to her.
You know what? I think I'm going to. Email anthrax, let your girlfriend know that I am going to transubstantiate her the very first bong rip of the day. Your nihilistic tendencies are returning. Maybe Grass Eater needs the bong rip today. Oh, whose girlfriend said that? Oh, Ghost's girlfriend said that.
Oh.
Sorry, my bad. Ghost's girlfriend said this. Ghost girlfriend, listen, you're going to get the first bong rip today. All right? I'm going to smoke it especially for you. I want you to just relax, take a deep breath. Your lungs aren't going to have to do any of the work, okay? My lungs are going to do all the work for you. Oh, you take it personally, Barger, because you wanted the bong rip? Well, that's not surprising. Everybody wants the bong rip, but not everybody can have it, okay? You can have the next one. You can have the next one. I promise there'll be more than one bong rip this morning.
Yeah.
I promise. And that's a promise I'm not likely to break. Okay, Ghost's girlfriend. You're the first like on this vid? Well, Grass Eater, you're going to have to get a bong rip as well. Grass Eater, do you always have to bring the shaming stick with you? Yeah, people don't really love being shamed all that much. Just to say. You know, I try not to make many promises, but occasionally I do. I think I promised that guy I'd look at his thing before I typed those two people, and I broke that promise, to be perfectly frank. But I generally try not to make promises because I'm not good at following through on what I say I'm going to do very well. I'm much less good at keeping what I say I'm going to do, but being honest about that, like following through about what I say I'm going to do, than I am about being honest in stuff that's already happened, you know? It's like I almost never lie, but I misjudge my own ability to follow through on things sometimes, or willingness to. I mean, there are different kinds of reliability, right? It's like being very honest means you can rely upon my words to accurately describe things as they are or have been. But being reliable about what you say you're going to do is a different matter, you know, because that hasn't happened yet. And you can only make, you know, I can promise to be there by 7 p.m., but if I get in a car crash on the way there, then I'm not going to fulfill that promise. There's an inherent unpredictability to the world that makes saying what you say you're going to do less a matter of certainty than what's been or what is. This one for you, Margaret. Hinduism exposed? Ooh. Ooh. I have to poop. I have to poop so bad. I need a BRB sign.
Yeah, I like it. You know how in like the 50s they had.
Okay, I gotta go poop right now though. No BRB sign. Okay, I'm back. So I have completed my poopage. How does someone self-determine FE, specifically the dichotomy between innate feelings versus the expectations we were raised to consider and therefore adjust for? Well, i.e., what if someone dislikes most things about the population but also concedes that certain behaviors are necessary and feel that those two ideas of FE conflict? Well, that's TI you're doing right there. Keep in mind, that's not FE. Those are notions you have about FE. But to give you a more satisfying answer, I was thinking about this watching Japanese animation. How difficult it must be for Japanese FI users to be in such an FE culture. You know, it's like everybody in Japan is encouraged to constantly be neurotic about FE shit.
Yeah,
it's like
right. It's like
the ideal type in that culture is basically ISTP or like ENFJ maybe, but a very calm ENFJ. Somebody who has very little respect for SI. You know, it's like there's this whole kind of samurai mentality in Japan of I just have to work harder, and rarely do you get the alternative position, which is, you know, it's like the Roger Federer versus other people thing. So this whole 10,000 hours notion that to be an expert at something you have to put 10,000 hours into it is ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Roger Federer is the best proof of that. His parents didn't even want him playing sports. And he played all kinds of different sports. He didn't put 10,000 hours into tennis. He played whatever he felt like. Eventually, he got into tennis. And then he became the best in the world at it. And his parents thought, you're spending too much time on sports. Sports are dumb. You know?
Wow, that just goes to show.
It does go to show, right?
Yeah,
you got these
really
parents.
does.
You got these parents out there who are trying to force their kids to be the best that they can possibly be. But what happens if you don't do that? And then you end up with Roger Federer. His parents are like in the stands, oh, good job, Roger. We really wish you'd been a professional of some sort.
Doctor, yeah,
you know?
yeah, totally. That's like such a great story.
Honey Fox, are you struggling to get somewhere? Would you like me to put you in a wheelbarrow and push you? Perhaps that would make it easier for you to get there. Because I'd hate to hear that you are having difficulty getting someplace. Have you tried public transportation? I don't recommend it. It's a fallback option. So if you say the fact that I use TI to understand FE is indicative of upper, yes, very much so, Gen Xennial. That's exactly correct. And the thing about FE is FI people don't necessarily have bad FE. The only people who really don't get FE are FE polar people. And even they get the concept of it. They understand that they keep getting nailed on social awkwardness things and would like to adjust that. It's interesting seeing how Cameron has managed that very successfully. Cameron is somebody who's got pretty good FE for an ISTJ, and yet still, if you encourage him to do so, or don't prevent him from doing so, he will blah 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 forever. You're out like a really gross belly button. See y'all later. See ya, email anthrax. You're struggling being comfortable with conflict. Oh, okay. Don't push you in a wheelbarrow. Fine. Did I know Dario Nardi? Did he die or something? Ron Alanson, Salon. How would you describe NI critic? By which you mean NI 6 slot, I assume. Bye, Rain Fox. Say hi to your daughter. Well, NI6 slot is INFP or INTP. And INTPs, they offer a lot of NI to other people, but they don't respond to it well themselves at all. So it's like, I could, Spacey may have good NI for other people when asking him advice or whatever, but when it came to himself, he has terrible NI. He made some terribly NI countervaluing decisions. When it comes to art and music and stuff, INFP and INTP are both subject to being excessively extrovertedly intuitive about it. So, like, for example, Steely Dan is a great INTP band, the greatest INTP band of all time. And there's still too much NE in much of it, It's not, the best of Steely Dan stands with the best of anything in the world. But there's also lots of unnecessary shit, like unnecessary saxophone solos and unnecessarily weird changes and stuff like that. Matthew 18:3 said, "Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." Awesome. I'm still like a little child. Haven't changed a bit. Guess that makes me welcome to the kingdom of heaven, or is that bad logic? It's bad logic. I know. What Matthew's saying is that if you wish to enter the kingdom of heaven, you must be like a little child. But he does not say that being like a little child is a sufficient condition to enter the kingdom of heaven. So in that regard, I can't guarantee that simply because I'm childlike, I'm guaranteed to go to heaven. Why, looky here, it's the Scots. Or at least one of them. Lauren McGinley's here. The Mick is because she's from Scotland. That's why she has a Mick in front. And there's MC McPhee. She also has a Mick, also because she's from Scotland. All the Scots are here. The whole country of Scotland is here. All three people in Scotland are here. It's amazing. It means be humble and assume you know nothing because only Jesus can save you. No, it doesn't. It means smoke more bong rips like a kid would do. Doy. Jesus is an INFJ. Jesus is an INFJ. Actually, I say no way. Jesus is no INFJ. Jesus is all types combined into super Jesus. Okay? Jesus might be an ENTP. That's possible too. Probably he wouldn't have been so nice so young if he were an ENTP though. He's not a made-up person, MC McPhee. He's Jesus. Right now, he's outside blowing the leaves on my lawn. It's Monday. The gardeners come on Monday. Jesus is out there. Jose, Santiago, the whole group of gardeners is there. Cloud's got a point there, Lord and Nicole. Okay, Cloud has got a seriously good point. We've typed many anime characters. We can certainly type Jesus as well. An excellent point, Cloud. Possibly the best point you've ever made. Jesus knocked on your door to tell you a story, but YouTube chat has a limit. Maybe we'll do a video. That would be overstating the matter substantially, Cloud. So anyway, I'm going to go with Jesus is probably ENFJ, El Cristo. Because first of all, remember this. You have to be Jesus, you've got to be born straight away with basically no need for learning, right? If you're going to successfully be without sin your entire life, you don't need to learn from your mistakes. That suggests SI polar. Certainly it suggests NI front stack, maybe NI dom, maybe NI second. Because people like me, SI types, we learn entirely from our mistakes, especially low slot SI. So probably if Jesus or had been an ENTP, he wouldn't have become Christ-like until his 50s.
He probably would have wrote his own stuff too.
Right, he would have written his own Bible. And it would have been very, very confusing. Because he would have had a lot of shit to explain before he could even get to the Bible-y part, you know? A lot of stuff to explain.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get to the Bible part, let me just begin by prefacing this with a discussion of how language works. You can hear Jesus right now. Do you hear the call? Do you hear the Lord's voice? And Jesus is outside right now blowing our deck, which is good because I spilled a bunch of dirt on it yesterday.
Oh, that is good. Perfect timing.
Yeah, it is. Really quite good. It's one of the few times I don't mind that Jesus is out here blowing the deck. You're Lauren with a tan. Well, now we'll remember that. Lorna is just Lauren with a tan. Okay? That means she spends more time at the Scottish beach. I'm sure Scotland must have a beach, right? Unless Scotland is part of a landlocked part of England, which is possible. The big island, you know. Unless you got beaches, yeah, okay. So Scotland is not part of landlocked England. It's got beaches. It has its own beaches. Do you go swimming there in the ocean? Lauren, Laura, and MC McPhee? Do you guys have swimming races? Have you ever swum across the English Channel? Have you ever swum across the English Channel? You and Lorna have swum across the English Channel before.
Wow.
It's very impressive.
Eric coming up with
I hear that's hard to do. You want to. I totally want you to, MC McPhee. You know what I want? I want to schedule this, MC McPhee, where Rachel and I'm going to do this even though I get seasick, are in the boat that floats alongside you as you're swimming across the English Channel.
Oh, we can video you.
We can video you. We can hand you water.
We're gonna get famous.
We could let you get out of the water and rest on the boat for a while if you get tired, and just keep that part quiet.
That's bringing in a lot of new viewers.
Now, Kyra, if you want to do that, if you want to take on a real challenge, I would like to see Kyra swim from Los Angeles to Hawaii, and
I like that too.
And then we'll be in the boat next to you. You know, if you were gonna swim from Los Angeles to Hawaii, you'd probably have to swim all day, then get on the boat and just like anchor the boat and let yourself sleep that night and eat and drink and stuff, and then swim all day, and then, or maybe swim all night. Maybe it'd be easier to swim all night and sleep all day. I'm not sure. That's the only way you could possibly swim all the way to Hawaii.
To get to you.
All right, so when talking with famous people who are successful enough to fund this, I like the idea of funding a race between Kyra and MC McPhee across the English Channel.
Okay.
I think that would be...
If Kyra's down for going through the English Channel, she is the disadvantage because
she's not English. She's not from Britain.
She doesn't know the temperature or the water, so she's the underdog.
Oh yeah, if you swim the English Channel from England, you have to go to France. All right, well, maybe we'll start in France, then you can swim home. God, this fucking lawnmower, I mean, leaf blower is
And
annoying.
we've gotten it like to what? Your dad did it yesterday?
Yeah. All right, so MC McPhee could be like a homing ESTP. We start her in France, and we just let her go, and she just immediately starts swimming home.
Yeah.
If Kyra is a homing INFP, then she'd try to swim the other direction all the way around the world to Los Angeles. It's like they're purposely standing right there for a super long time or something. It's ridiculous. God, I hate leaf blowers so much. Of all things in the world that I hate, leaf blowers are number one.
Yeah, they are really.
I really don't like them.
Well, I always know that on the marriage theme or whatever.
Yeah. What's something your husband really hates? Leaf blowers.
It's not even the people that are holding them. It's
No, I
the
understand
actual...
That's the people hired. My dad hired that guy to do that. So, I mean, I can't really yell at the leaf blower guy, right? I am really unhappy that leaf blowers exist. Their noise to results ratio is way too high. It's like they're not that much more effective than a rake. They're not that much faster than a rake, really.
No, they're not.
Maybe if you've got a huge, like, if you got to blow leaves in Red Square, fine. If you're in Moscow and Red Square somehow is full of fallen leaves from nowhere, then fine. Bust out a leaf blower because you got to blow the leaves all through Red Square. But if you are going to, if you're going to, like, this lawn is not, my yard is not very big. Okay. My dad's got almost all of our yard space taken up with decks and bushes and other things. So it's like, okay, you don't need a leaf blower. Uh-oh. Cloud's accusing someone else of being obsessed with him. This is one of Cloud's go-to moves. If you actually engage him as he wishes, then he will accuse you of being obsessed with him.
Cloud, once they're obsessed with you and like you start talking to them, do you move on? Like, is it just the infatuation that you like, or?
I'm absolutely obsessed with Cloud. I want to show you something really adorable. Oh my gosh, look at the adorableness.
We had a sleepover last night, like a camp out.
Isn't that fun?
I slept really well. I had a couple of like weird dreams though.
Yeah, I had a weird dream too.
Did you? I wish you were in it.
Okay, ISHA, I mean, Cloud, I mean, Grass Eater, don't call people homosexual.
Yes, come on now.
God.
Respect.
Stop being so, like, sex obsessed.
Yeah, that's facts right there.
You know? It's like, you may position it as, like, moral righteousness or something, but at the end of the day, it's just being sex obsessed.
So glad you're not. Only with me.
I'm only sex obsessed when I'm about to have sex.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, I'm not thinking about it.
No.
But of course, I understand that is a luxury that I enjoy that not everybody does, and I don't mean to be rubbing it in anybody's faces or whatever. My bad about that. Anyway, because I've been the person who's, you know, single and doubting their own viability and or the viability of relationships or whatever. Well, more the former than the latter, but I can understand it being either way. I did the parent thing. I do the parent thing sometimes. Will you stop being so fighty, though, grass eater? I'm sure I do retain some elements. I couldn't tell you which ones they are, though. Like, if you were to ask me, well, what do you keep from socionics or BB or anything? I'm not sure. I don't remember any of them well enough. It's like I read a lot of shit. I had a lot of information in my head. I tried to figure it out a couple times, and finally I got it right. You know, I don't know what I took from what. As a general rule, like I know that I got the terms ignoring and demonstrative from socionics. I know that I got those terms from socionics. I know that when I talk about intertype relations, I use socionics intertype relations names. Although I have my doubts about whether they always play out. Like, I don't think there's a symmetry there that they think there is. In other words, things play out differently for perceiving types than for judging types. And and so I think it's quite possible that they're correct about duals being the right relationship for judging types, INTP, ESFJ, for example, but not being the right type for perceiving types, ENTP, ISFJ, for example. Now, I do think that there's something inherently comfortable about the dual relationship regardless. I think that my relationship with ISFJs is inherently comfortable, but I don't think they make a good relationship partner for me because I much more enjoy and prioritize and am comfortable with stuff that validates with and is compatible with my strengths rather than complements me in my weaknesses. And those are your two choices, basically. You know, do you want to have your strengths complemented by other complementary strengths to fill in your weaknesses? Then you go with ISFJ. If you want to have your strengths appreciated and multiplied and to be on the same page all the time, you go with INFJ. And from my perspective, anyway, I think the latter is a much better way to have a good relationship. Although I can see how you could have a good relationship the other way too. I mean, it makes logical sense that having compatible skills would be good too, but I'd much rather be on the same page. It's so much easier.
I think it's so much easier.
We see things the same way. You know, there was something that we like, you know, we were listening to Christmas music last night, and we were mostly enjoying all these old school Christmas songs. And then there came this one song by Angela Lansbury of all people, and she sang "Snow, wash my face and my hands and my hair in snow." It's like very, very appropriate. And even though had both been totally like enjoying the Christmas music up until that song, when she said that, Rich and I both laughed, right? So that would not occur with, and we both understand. You might want to check your settings, ISHA 12, see about if you've got it set to 1080 or whatever. So it's like an ISFJ. I've had the experience of not understanding the intuitive level of things the same, and that's what it is to be with the ISFJ, is to have a comfort on the physical level because they're going to feed you more, and they're going to set a frame of reference that's more SFJ in the home. I've been with an ESFJ as well. Let me tell you, it didn't matter how little I did. Never, ever did my house get as filthy as this place. Now, keep in mind, this place is not genuinely filthy, right? But she was somebody who, as an ESFJ, she did a lot of cleaning and tidying and arranging and But I'd much rather get Rachel because, of course, she also bitched at me all the time. Don't leave that right there. It goes to the territory. You can't have one without the other, you know?
I like that it turned into yeah, because you can't remember. Like,
Yeah, who knows what the hell it was? She's just bitching about stuff, you know?
I really like. Truth of the matter is that like. Well, you said Corey wasn't. He was messy too. You said the Corey.
Yeah, INFJs are not tidy.
Yeah.
No, they tidy only for display
Company.
purposes. When Delilah's coming over, Rachel will tidy up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Whimsy is the theme today. I'm sorry. Did I let things get non-whimsical? Let's talk about doilies. What could provide more whimsy to a life than a delightful doily?
That's true.
Well, I can think of one other thing that has equal amount of whimsy. A darling little guy. They say a little deer or a little gnome in the yard, a little statue. Those have whimsy.
Yeah, those do have whimsy.
It's a lot of whimsy in a little guy. A darling little guy. Of course it's whimsical.
Are Christmas setups whimsical?
They can be. Well, let's say you take a darling little guy.
Yeah.
And you put it on top of a doily. That's Christmas
Oh
themed.
my gosh.
That's Christmas themed.
Wow, that's Christmas themed?
That's Christmas and whimsy combined. That's Christmas whimsy.
Wow.
Chrisimsy.
Reminds me of my grandma Lois's house during Christmas. She had a lot of little guys hanging from places and stuff.
He can't. I agree that Eric shows morals under it all, but he can't be a fool. I'll try not to be a fool. Thanks for warning me.
Yeah.
I think that the world is too degenerated to ever hope to improve it. It will crack and collapse, and we will see what will emerge in the Renaissance. Okay, Claude. Well, that's a very holistic worldview of yours. ESFJs get selfishly nice. My ESFJ grandmother would get so irritated at helping her with chores around the house.
That's funny.
Well, they like to be the one who has to do everything, so they can then complain about it and guilt you when they want you to do something.
Yeah.
Don't forget, so you can at least go to this thing with me.
Oh my gosh. My life for like most of my teens and 20s.
Right, it's a covert contract. Legends Fall nails it right there. That's right on the nose. It's a covert contract that you're not explicitly signing.
No. My ESFJ friend used to always be like, hey, run around with me here, run around. And like, I'm thinking like, wow, she really values my friendship. And soon enough, I realized like, no, she just wants to bitch. And she wants someone to go with her because she doesn't want to go alone.
Grass Eater Cloud is an ESFP. His situation has nothing to do with mind-altering drugs. The reason he is the way he is because he is how he is. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just annoying sometimes. Legend Fall asks, Eric, have you ever met a really intelligent ESFP? I mean, by my standards, I guess the honest answer is no. But I've admired ESFPs in anime before.
I have a question. I'm trying to tell whether my cousin is an ESFP. He's an ESFP. He used to be, but like he could be ESTJ. Customer service. I think he does customer service for Groupon. How would ESFP do in that sort of job?
Probably pretty well. You know, they're the kind of types who are likely to get involved in some sort of like urban marketing campaign or something, you know, that turns out to be kind of scammy.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's doing like this is he's been doing it since he graduated. He only graduated maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, but he's been at the job and he works from home and he really likes it. And yeah, I'm almost positive he's an ESFP.
Like if you wanted to say, here's an example or proof that an ESFP being really intelligent, you'd talk about Mr. Brainwash. Is that his name? Yeah, Mr. Brainwash.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, personally, did I think he was smart, talented at all? No. Is he massively more successful than I'll ever be? Probably. You know. So what do you want to say about that?
That's why that movie was made, so that people could recognize, like,
And the other thing is, you got to give him credit for also generating all the footage that Banksy ended up using to make a good documentary about street art.
Yeah.
If he hadn't been running around being a crazy ESFP, just doing what he felt like doing all the time, none of that would have been possible.
Yeah.
If he hadn't been paying attention to and watching what everybody around him was doing, he wouldn't have been able to copy it so as to capitalize off of it so effectively. He wouldn't have been able to put on a show and sell millions of dollars worth of art that he didn't even make himself under his name.
Yep.
He just hired people to make it for him. He has, I have a sort of vague idea. Here, make that. And then he decided which ones he liked or didn't like. And
then
Madonna made his thing one of her album covers. It's like ESFPs of a feather flock together, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
Look at Trump. People are saying he's mentally ill, right? He's not mentally ill. He's an ESFP.
Mm-hmm.
He is using his judgment function, his feelings, and his insistence that we do something to make all the determination. He's got his fourth slot NI just massively failing him time and time again. He's got polar TI, which makes it impossible to talk any sense into him. And he's doing what an ESFP would do in this situation.
I wouldn't be surprised if he always had a dream like, oh, I want to be president, because he came from a home of affluence. Like, if you're an ESFP, your goals are gonna be like so high. Is something glowing in that bag?
Oh, it's this weed bottle.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's the sun on the weed bottle.
That's so cool.
Funny, it looks like a red light bulb almost.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can show it. Yeah, you can see it.
You can see it.
I don't think Trump is any sort of multi-billionaire. I actually think his finances are quite a mess.
No, he's in trouble.
Oh, Tesla. She's talking about Tesla. He's talking about Tesla. Do you think TE users tend to be better at designing models for their personal success? Yeah, of course. Much, much better. All of my success has not been due to my own planning. I was most successful when I had a TE Dom as a boss.
So maybe in the game of life you'll win because you have a TE dad.
Yeah, I mean, having a TE dad really helps. But I have a complicated relationship with achievement. I want to achieve, but I want to achieve on my terms, and I want to have plans, but I don't want them to pin me down too much, and I want to be able to adjust on the fly, but I want to have a clear vision. And these things are all things that come into balance and come into conflict as well. And so it's like, I'm glad to hear it, Horse Mumbler. It's like yesterday I was inside and my dad was saying, you don't understand, that Rachel came in to get a bowl earlier and looked like she was scared of my dad, basically. And it was like, I don't bite. Like, Dad, you gotta understand, you're a pretty intimidating guy. She's trying not to make any mistakes around you, And you just sort of,
I love your dad. I just do, it's like a people pleasing thing.
Yeah, well, it's like he's got that weird 8-slot FE.
Yeah.
And it's just, the thing is, all of our absolute values conflict. My dad's and Rachel's mine are one side. I mean, Rachel and me are one side, and my dad's are another, and they all conflict.
Mm-hmm.
So, was I nervous to meet Rachel's parents? I met Rachel's parents in a very complicated fashion.
Yeah. But we plan on. Well, you're definitely going to be able to see my dad soon. He met my dad at the airport when during an emergency time, and that was nice. And my dad has had pleasant conversations with Eric. We just had a pleasant conversation with my dad over the phone 2 days ago. But there hasn't been like a formal meeting of parents, really. I mean, you met my dad.
Yeah, I like her dad a lot, and I talked to her mom on a number of occasions as well. Sometimes to good effect, sometimes to poor effect. But it's like fundamental to this relationship is also the fact that her mom was sort of controlling the frame for Rachel before she came out here, and time has proved that her mom was wrong about everything, and yet was imposing it on Rachel for years. So it remains that way regardless of whatever else happens. Of course, she's an ESTJ, the mom, so she's NI-polar, so she probably she's not particularly acutely aware of that.
No, but we have I don't know if I'm going to still be invited. Like, who the hell knows, But we were invited to a wedding of my cousin, and that'll probably be, if it's not, a time before that, I don't think it will be. But we definitely have a wedding that we're going to, and that's where Eric will meet most of my family. And I think that'll be a nice setting for him to meet most of my family.
You've never been to a wedding? Sigh? Don't sigh. The correct thing, I've never been to a wedding. Yeah, weddings are very boring unless it's your own wedding.
Yeah.
Or unless there's a good reason. Like I'm looking forward to going to a wedding that involves Rachel's family because of the unique circumstances involved with this. It gives me a good chance to meet everybody, get on good terms with everybody, yada yada yada. And also, there are a couple of family members who are going to have to walk lightly around me because I've got like I'll have prepared, phrases and expressions or whatever statements that I might potentially make that will function as lightning bolts from the sky to destroy whoever it is stands before me. So I'll be waiting to see if anybody wants to give me the justification to use one. Hopefully they don't. Now, I'm not looking to go out there and make a scene or whatever, but
Go stepping on.
I'm not going to put up with any bullshit either. If people say the wrong thing, then I'm going to correct that shit in no certain terms.
No, the truth is that okay, my brother's gonna be pussyfooting the whole time.
Yeah.
And my aunts are gonna love you. My aunt's gonna love you. They're gonna love you. Like they're ESTJ, ESFJ, ENTJ. And then my uncle's probably gonna really like you too because he's ESTP. And my cousin's ESTJ. Like you're just gonna get a bunch of like, oh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, the thing about your brother is he's an ENFJ. I actually think he's probably not gonna pussyfoot much, and he's gonna decide he can schmooze his way.
That's actually a better point. Yeah.
Since he's got no SI.
Yeah.
And don't make me become a sassy black woman.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say.
Exactly.
Don't make me also become a housewife from Long Island.
Oh.
And then they came over here and they said that about my husband in my home. That's where I draw the line. Thanks.
Academy Award-winning accent. You really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you killed it.
I'll tell you, Rachel can become Liza Minnelli at a moment's notice. She's really got Liza Minnelli in her wheelhouse.
What type is Liza Minnelli?
Yes, MC McPhee, that's what that was an imitation of, was Real Housewives of New York.
Long Island, specifically.
Yes, specifically Long Island, yeah. I've never seen the show, but I've seen like ads for it or whatever, like little clips saying, coming up next, whatever. Because the thing is, my ex-wife, the ESFJ, she watched Bravo like nonstop. She loved Bravo. I think that's the channel those things are on, right?
Yeah.
And it's also got that Andy Cohen, you know, after talk with Andy Cohen where they drink alcohol and they talk really bitchy about each other and stuff. The ESFJX, she loved that shit. I've heard the name. I've heard the name of 90 Day Fiancé. I'm aware that it exists as a show, but I don't really know anything more about it than that.
What is
90 Day Fiancé?
Oh, I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Oh my god.
What's how do they make? I don't get, like, do they say, okay, now you're engaged?
It's so dumb. They barely even know each other.
And then they get engaged?
Yeah. So these matchmakers, these professional matchmakers are like, she likes sailing and dogs. And Philip is a yachtsman and he has 2 dogs named blah, blah, and blah, blah. Based off of these 2 things, we think they could be a good match for each other. They've been in the dating world for a while and haven't had success. Let's see what happens.
So how many of them actually end up getting married?
I don't know, because I hated that show.
I would hate it too. It just sounds like a bunch of social awkwardness.
It was so... And then it's so awkward when, like, because they meet the parents and stuff. It's very formal.
Yep, this is my fiance. I've known him for 2 days. Well, Mom and Dad, these matchmakers said, this is my husband. We tried to set you up with Barry. Why did you listen to us? Because you're not a TV network. That's why. And I'm a massive attention whore. Hey, listen, as a fellow attention whore, I get it. I'm not judging, okay?
No, it makes it, look, it's very entertaining. I just was sitting there like, Oh my god, this woman was woman was so excited to show me the show too. She's like, oh my god, it's crazy. She's like, they meet each other for the first time, and then oh my god, boom, they're engaged. She like I had like this feeling that she wanted to get engaged really like
that.
yeah, like quickly, like she was like thinking about it.
Like, how soon do they have sexual intercourse with each other?
That's another thing. That's a whole other thing.
Like,
That's another thing that's like prepared sort of too. It's like the night of the honeymoon. Yeah, man.
ew.
Not the honeymoon, but they have like, a getaway. And
Okay, we're gonna have a night over getaway, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, we boned. Well, we knew we were gonna have to talk about it on the TV afterwards, so it was all right. She's like, it was totally just mechanical and awful, really.
Oh, God. And he's like,
yeah. Well, looks like we're off on a good start. That was natural. Cloud, you know what? You come in here and you cause so much havoc.
Already?
It's just, well, there's all this fighting going on in the chat as usual.
Oh my gosh.
Don't fight, friends.
I know, don't fight. There's no reason to fight. What are you trying?
I'm just. I can't help watching you when you're trying to get off this bed because of the TE stuff. Yeah, sorry. I'm just wondering if you're going to be able to successfully get off the bed or not. Hey, you did it.
Yeah, I've learned.
Yes, you mad bro. You are one of my Talking with Famous People friends that I talk to periodically. Did I have a fight with David Sanderson?
No.
I don't think so. You should remember, everybody, that, I should remember too, this is for me too, that we don't have to be mad all the time. Sometimes we can just be like,
Whatever.
right on, it's cool,
you,
whatever.
Bro? Yeah, exactly.
It's fine, you be you.
You do you. You be you. Nice bomber bridge.
Thanks. So I was thinking though, like, long-term cloud was probably not a cloud alt whom I hid yesterday. It was almost certainly not a cloud alt. It was somebody imitating cloud. Smooth like shark dick. I like the idea. Today we're going to try to be 100. But just make sure that it's 100 and whatever you want it to be. That might just be chilling. It might be doing something. It's hard to say.
I feel like chilling and or
doing something maybe.
Yeah.
But not too much of anything.
It's Monday.
It is Monday. Mondays are for Whimsy.
Yes. Thank you for reminding us of that word.
Mm-hmm.
The word of the day, Whimsy.
Cloud, do you need love? We love you, Cloud.
We love you, Cloud.
Despite your difficulty bringings and so forth. Legends Fall, that's hilariously mean. Let's all try to be nice to Cloud, and let's be nice to each other. Do you know how Do you guys know about the school shooter who, when asked why she did it, replied, "I don't like Mondays"?
Wow.
Great answer, hilarious answer for, that's a serious commit to set up that joke. I gotta tell you, but
Thank you, E. McPhee, for that one. That's good.
did you guys hear that the mysterious monolith in the South Utah desert disappeared as mysteriously
Oh, yeah.
as it had arrived? It's true.
I think it was the Illuminati.
Probably.
Or maybe he's a Scientologist.
Could be the Scientologist.
They do like being in the media. And Tom Cruise hasn't been in a movie in a while. Actually, he was in a movie I think I saw last year.
He just doesn't put up with any SPs. No SPs. You know what SPs are, don't you?
Specific person?
Suppressive persons.
Oh.
People who oppose Scientology. Anyone who opposes Scientology is a suppressive person.
A suppressive person, huh?
Yeah. He just cuts those people out of his life. Just no SPs.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't seen his daughter.
Because what's most important? It's KSW. Just KSW. You know what that means, don't you? Keep Scientology working.
Oh, well, there you go.
KSW.
Are you a Scientologist yourself?
No, I'm just a Scientology admirer.
Oh, admire.
Unfortunately, I don't have the commitment to become a Scientologist, but I really admire what they're doing.
I do too. I do too. The money they get,
Yeah,
scams they lead, people
Yeah.
they brainwash. I mean, it is.
Those personality tests they offer are amazing. They tell you everything that's wrong with you and how only Scientology can fix you. That's what's so impressive about it. It's like, first of all, hey, I didn't even know there was anything wrong with me, but then, lo and behold, there's shit tons wrong with me.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's how I feel about it too.
Thanks, Scientology.
Thank you.
Thanks for helping me understand that. Yeah. So anyway, my message is the opposite of Scientology's. Scientology's message is there's definitely something wrong with you. My message is there's nothing wrong with you. So we have different messages in that regard.
Yeah, in that regard.
Yeah, but we both strongly believe in Xenu. For sure.
Yeah.
And I only got this wise by getting rid of all my thetans.
Oh, you got this wise by removing your feelings?
My thetans.
Oh, your thetans.
Yeah, those are Scientology things that are bad, I think. You got to remove them. I removed mine with a jigsaw. Usually they use sort of psychological techniques. I just physically removed my thetans.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot faster. Anyway, so now I'm Xenu's favorite.
So,
I'm clear level 12 or something, I think.
So you use your demonstrative TE to impress the Scientologists?
I don't think they're impressed with me, but I'm impressed with them.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you get that clear. When you're that level of clear, you become then I'm trying to make it so you're in focus.
I know, right?
So you just seem inherently out of focus. There's something about you that the camera doesn't want to focus on.
Maybe the hair's just.
Maybe I need to turn it more this way.
Oh.
Better?
It's better. Here.
That.
Camera, get used to it, my face.
Look, it's Rachel.
There you go. Yeah, that's
I used a jigsaw in Scenic Bee. You got to use a very small jigsaw. Teeny tiny, because they're very small.
Yeah.
They're mostly, most of mine were in my elbow.
Are you experiencing some issues, M. McPhee? I keep on saying M. McPhee. It's E. McPhee.
It's MC McPhee.
MC McPhee.
That's her name, okay? whether it looks like it or not.
Okay.
Oh, you just,
Oh, you just really like it too. You're an admirer as well, huh?
yeah. She's part of my Scientology admirers club. She's the vice president.
So, do you guys like help them at all?
No, no, we don't help them.
Oh,
We just say, hey, we just give them encouragement, unsolicited and unreciprocated encouragement. Good job. We admire from a distance.
yes. Okay, all right. I understand it a little bit more now.
We don't want to actually talk to any Scientologists because they're weird.
Well, what
But
if
we
you
really
did get,
respect what they're doing anyway.
Well, what if you get Tom Cruise to talk to you?
Oh, that's the worst of all.
What about you, MC McPhee? Would you? Oh, you're also no thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just admirers from afar.
Yeah, we admire the idea of Scientology, not any Scientologist or anything that they do.
Winston's mom. It is funny that you talk about leopard print because I also have a leopard print dress, and I was thinking about getting leopard print shoes. I do like leopard print a lot.
Okay, Tom Cruise has a middle tooth? What does that mean? He has a tooth between his two front teeth?
Wait, don't. I think I have
I want to see this.
yeah,
I want to look.
a middle tooth. I never heard that before.
Cruise middle tooth.
Wow, okay, I'll run away.
Oh, look.
Oh, I see. It's like,
You can't unsee Tom Cruise's middle tooth now?
oh my gosh. I never would have noticed it before, though.
I don't think I would have noticed it either. It's interesting. Okay, well, it's good to know that that's a thing in the world. I'm really glad to know that for sure. I'm always impressed when things in the world exist that I don't know of.
I just shake my head. You know.
He was pretty good in that video game movie, Live, Die, Repeat. Remember that video game movie
we saw it? Yeah, that was good.
That was a fun action movie.
Oh yeah, that was good. Oh, that was really good. See, like that's what he does best, though. I think, are those like action movies.
In my opinion, Tom Cruise is really all about the risky business.
Yes.
He's got the sunglasses on. He's got the shirt with the meow. And he's looking really cool when he's sliding on the floor. That's classic Tom Cruise.
That is. A lot of things. He was in Cocktail too, right? Because a lot of people say that they like to reference Cocktail as his and
Top Gun.
Yeah, and Top Gun. Like,
been in a lot of big movies.
Yeah.
He just, he's obviously, if you see him doing any interviews or whatever, he's obviously nuts. But what are you gonna do? He's still a good actor.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat. Yeah, that was a good action movie.
That was it. Yep. It was really good. He was good in it. So was she. I liked the other girl, Emily Blunt.
You know what else I liked, which is kind of in the same vein a little bit, was Starship Troopers. Has anybody else seen Starship Troopers? Pretty good. Pretty good. I've seen it on TV a couple times.
She was a farmer in the Highlands. Laura McKinley. Are there sheep? Tractor and all.
It's potatoes.
ISTJ.
Nothing but potatoes and sheep. That's all you eat in Scotland. Potatoes and wool. They don't even eat the
Eat
meat of
the
the sheep.
wool.
They just eat the wool.
Bah. Bah. I can't. Why can't I bah? I guess I'm a bah. The sheep with no bah. A children's story.
The sheep with no ba is a great title.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially for like a kid's book.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have Cameron do the illustration.
It's like
Juicer.
every time the sheep goes to say something, it's just something other than ba, like meh
Yeah.
or lol.
Lol. Yeah, lol is definitely in there. The kids will like that.
Or sup. Or hey girl.
Hey girl.
I'm not twice as tall as Tom Cruise. I'm 6'4". And my absolute tallest, I was 6'5". That was a juicer. I
Yeah,
could feel that
really
thing pull out. It
was.
was
That's
like
nice.
it was like pulling out a long string and went deep under the skin.
Whoa!
Hi.
Wow.
Would you make a video about the function mechanics and INFJ plus ENFP relationships? Also, I recall an old video of yours describing INFJ and INFP relationships as doomed. You still hold this view. HRKs. I wonder what HRKs are. Hong Kong dollars, maybe?
Maybe.
Sure. INFJ plus ENFP relationship? Well, that's like Rachel and her dad. I think they can get along reasonably well. I think the INFJ ends up maybe not respecting the ENFP all that much because the TI polar and the third slot TI valuing in the INFJ.
Well, yeah. It kind of goes like this. One of us will be excited about something, and neither of us care about the thing that we're excited about. Like you come running like downstairs, being like, "Oh my gosh! Like the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn is going to be happening," and my dad will be like, "That's nice."
Well, I'll also be like that about that.
That's true.
Kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other things that you're into
there's-
that I am also into, you know.
Yeah.
So most of the things that Rachel and I are enthusiastic about, we share enthusiasms for.
I don't know. It's interesting. This is a very interesting topic, actually, INFJ, ENFP, because like, okay, I showed my dad LCD sound system, and it took him a while, but he came around to be like, they're really good. But it takes both of us a while to like warm up to each other's ideas. It's a very friendly relationship. I always felt like I could go to my dad when I was having like emotional issues, like between friends or between me and a boyfriend. I was always able to go to my dad and be like, I've been feeling kind of meh lately. I don't really know why, which is really annoying. But like this happened, and he would always listen and give me very good advice. I always told people, I was like, if you need good advice, you go to my dad. Like, he has good advice on like relationship stuff. But
I think 2-6 flip get along pretty well. In terms of the FI-FE relationship between Rachel and an ENFP or an INFJ and an ENFP is going to be pretty good. But the problem is ultimately there's this absolute value of TI that's attained sometimes by the INFJ and upheld sometimes by the INFJ that the ENFP will alternately or respectively fail to recognize and or concurrently uphold. So it's like there's a value conflict there.
yeah.
I think that's where the biggest value conflict lies between the 3 and the 7 in that instance. But as far as the other question, which is INFJ, INFP, do I think of those relationships as doomed? Well, probably. The thing is, the tool function is the absolute value rather than the dominant. So the thing is, it's like at first the INFP and INFJ are going to validate on each other's fifth slot function no problem, and aren't going to run afoul of each other's third slot values very much. But ultimately, there's a different perspective on the things. So it's like, while the INFP or INTP, the INFP in this instance, does plenty of extrovert intuition, which the INFJ values, ultimately they use extroverted intuition in a somewhat, well, in a tool fashion, rather than our extroverted intuition as the dominant function. So the fifth slot will tend to ultimately view the second slot user as using it in a clumsy fashion. So I will tend to think of ENFJs and ENTJs as using NI in a somewhat clumsy fashion, although I can respect it when it's done well by them too. You know, it takes time for the person to recognize, oh, this other person isn't using this thing that I hold as an absolute value themselves. They're instead holding it as an instrumental value. And that runs afoul of my acceptability metric. So it's like, for me to be acceptable to somebody, I have to pass a certain level of acceptability on their fifth slot function. One of the big areas of conflict I had with Kimberly was that she really wanted me to validate on SE grounds, and I was able to some of the time, but it made me very skittish because I don't like being pressed on my eighth slot function. And I think that if in the past, if something has pushed, if you don't validate on somebody's fifth slot function, then ultimately there's going to be a conflict over that. I'd say INFP INFJ has a better chance of working than ENFP INFJ. It would seem from a function mechanics department, because it's a matter of what lines up. So for maybe I'm wrong with this. For ENFJ, the INFJ will share its absolute values NE and NI. They will share its absolute values TI, but it'll be the blind spot of the ENFP. And the other ones will, I mean, I guess they share the same values. So I guess ENFP is a better choice. It's just that ultimately the valued but blind TI of the ENFP, the INFJ will want that to be TE ultimately, because that's where it works best. Is the 6 and 7 need to be reversed from each other. This is true of duals, and it's true also of what's called the mirage relationship in socionics. I countervalue TE. So when Rachel sucks at it, it doesn't bug me. She countervalues FI. So when I suck at it, it doesn't bother her. In fact, she thinks it's adorable, right?
You really do.
Because ultimately, the thing is, like, my tendency to cry all the time at everything when I'm watching TV and be very childlike in my emotional response to things. In other words, not very guarded, I guess. I think she likes that quality.
Yeah, I really do, because I know so many people who are good at like hiding that.
But it might be the case that somebody who had FI as an absolute value would, especially a selfish absolute value in the third slot, would say, hold on, it's my job to feel things. It's my job to be the one who's experiencing a lot of feelings. And you're supposed to be watching me feel things. But for me, feelings are an absolute value, so I experience them myself. And that's all there is to it. I just experience them in the moment, and then they don't really mean anything.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then they're gone. And then I go on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an absolute value for me. And so that matches up with her non-absolute value. She doesn't want to be the one doing the introverted feeling. She wants to be the one doing the extroverted feeling. But it's only instrumental. So fortunately for me, it's absolute. so she doesn't mind it. It's like I'm the unguarded childlike FI that she's most comfortable dealing with,
Yes.
and I'm also the kind of self-serving FE that she's most comfortable dealing with. She's more comfortable serving FE to people than she is receiving FE. I'm more comfortable receiving FE than I am serving it, and that's not the case with INFP and INFJ. If you have INFP and INFJ, then it's there's not shared values. So it's like FI's absolute value in INFP, but it's an instrumental value and countervalued in INFJ in the sixth slot. And NI is the same for in reverse. So I read what you had to say about the book about Starship Troopers. No, I haven't read the book. I didn't even know there was a book, of course, on board. So thanks for letting me know. I probably won't read it, but that's good to know. I had no idea that it was based on a book. I just thought it was some kind of weird, like cast science fiction movie cast with nobodies.
How many times did Kitty try to wake you up?
Last night?
Yeah.
A couple.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Kitty was a pain in the ass.
Oh my god, such.
She's so much less of a pain in the ass when she's inside on the bed.
Yeah.
She prefers to be inside the room in the house.
She's such an intelligent. She's so cute. Like the cutest kitty pageant winner ever. She really is a kitty pageant winner. But she likes sleeping on the bed. And, I think she ended up sleeping with me at the end of the bed out here. But oh my gosh. She kept on waking me up to like be like, okay, let's go inside. Like, no, I was asleep.
Not Dead Jay says, I keep finding myself in potential relationships with both these types more than the other type. Well, I can tell you, Not Dead Jay, the type that I seemed to most naturally find was like I could potentially get with or whatever was interested in me was ISFP. But that doesn't mean that it was the right type to be with, you know? It may just be because ISFPs are sluts. I don't know. Why are you so hard to focus?
I don't know. It's so funny. Well, do you think maybe the light?
I don't know. We had the same situation from day one with you. I looked in sharp resolve. You look kind of
yeah. It just likes to focus on you.
Yeah. Well, it knows that I'm the star of the show.
Yeah. I want to pull some cards. I want to use the round deck.
Okay. Not Dead Jay says, I'm an INFJ male of mine. I've always had an inherent distrust of ENFPs and INFPs.
Well, I never had an inherent distrust, but for some reason, me personally and INFPs don't work out. We try. It like almost makes me want to cry, because it's not for nothing, you know. It's usually the friendship we really try to work on, but like if the INFP lies about something, even if it's small, the INFJ is really not going to like that, and it's going to be hard to get the trust back. And ENFPs, I think, are really good friends.
If you are an INFJ,
Ooh, Winston's mom gets 2 cards.
then you should go out with an ENTP.
Winston's mom, these are for you.
You get the Chariot card.
Ooh, how nice it shows.
These are ultra feminist tarot cards. that I got Rachel as a present in Oregon
Mm-hmm.
because we went to a thrift store, like an antique thrift store, and they had these tarot cards for sale. I was like, what a perfect gift for Rachel.
Such a perfect gift.
3 of Cups.
Totally surprised me.
Party time. Party time on your chariot. That means Winston's mom's going to be drinking and driving today.
Oh!
Winston's mom, shame on you. You shouldn't drink and drive.
Horse Mumbler, you're next.
Horse Mumbler, I want to point out, though, that while you may have such contempt for that, probably the guy who wrote Starship Troopers got paid. So remember that.
Ooh!
We got a 4-card fall. 4-card fall. This I suspect this is for Horse Mumbler.
Yes, this is for Horse Mumbler.
Here you go. You got a 4-card fall, Horse Mumbler. You got Temperance.
No, 6 of Cups, Winston's mom. Oh, was it 3?
No, it was 3.
3? Okay.
You got Temperance. That means put a shirt on, lady. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got 7 of Swords.
9.
Oh. 9 of Swords. Not sure what that one is.
You're all tangled up and stuff.
You're all tangled up, Horse Mumbler, because you need to put your shirt on because of Temperance. Got the Ace of Swords. You're flying on a kite. You're going to fly on a kite with a butterfly's wings. And you get the 4 of Discs.
I'm gonna stay inside today.
Listen, you need to ventilate, Horse Mumbler. You're going to die of carbon monoxide poisoning like that.
Okay. Legends Falls next, then Cloud.
Oh, Legends Fall. Ooh. 2 of Swords. You're doing butt naked dancing with a egret. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're doing butt naked dancing with a egret. Yeah, 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 yeah. You got the infinity sign. You're going to keep on dancing until you die, like Katy Perry. That's for you, yeah.
Yeah, that's for you.
What does it mean? It means you have a decision to make. You're split between 2 things.
2 things, yeah.
Which one do I want? Thing A or thing B?
And the advice is usually to go with your heart. Ooh, 2 for Cloud.
IN before Eric gets demonetized for that? For what? What am I going to get demonetized for?
The shirt off.
For these cards? I don't think so. Okay, so is this for Legend? Who's this one for?
This is for Cloud.
Cloud. You got number 1, the Magician.
Feeling like wearing your leopard onesie today, huh?
And you got the 4 of Wands.
Got
4 ladies, all in strings. And you are dressed up in your leopard skin outfit trying to woo them all. ISAJ 12 wants a card.
these popped out. We get 2.
You get the 3 of Swords. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 ladies playing swords. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll stab you. Then you stab me. Then she'll stab her. And we will see the 3 of Swords. What does this one mean? Heartbreak. Heartbreak, ASAJ. And the Daughter of Swords. It means you think you're thinking well, but you're really thinking like a little child. You're a child thinking heartbreak person.
Yeah, you're thinking about your My Little Ponies.
And you shouldn't be thinking about My Little Ponies because right now you're getting your heart broken by betrayal. Sorry, bad news from the tarot for you. Remember my general rule: anything you don't like that the tarot says, that's the part of the tarot that's not coming true.
It's true. Sky Gear, I'm gonna do one for you.
It's just that simple. Sky Gear. Pew, pew, pew. What is it? It's the Seven of Swords. Okay, what does this tell you? There's a fox trying to eat your chickens. Better protect your chickens. Your wall looks good enough, but look see those swords right there? The fox can climb up those swords to get to your chickens. You see that? They make a little ladder. A fox-sized ladder.
It tells you that I over-engineered my chicken coop.
5 points, Sky. You're
Yes,
hilarious.
5 points.
ISHA, you get a do-over. Those probably weren't for you. Those were for Kim Jong-un, I think. Those were for these ones then. These ones just fell out. So the ones that were previously said for ISHA 12, those were actually for Kim Jong-un. This is for you. Okay, 5 of discs. That means you and the other
8 of discs.
8 of discs. Sorry. That means you and the other ladies are gonna have a knitting party. Okay?
Yeah.
You can see everybody knitting, making balls of yarn or
Yeah, you
whatever.
can have your girlfriends over.
And you get the Son of discs.
Ooh.
That means you're shooting at something, but it's probably not a very important target because it's childlike of you.
Would you like one?
Sure.
Oh, that one flipped right over.
The 10 of discs. That's all of us here.
Yeah, it is.
We're all chilling, and we're looking at something. What are those people looking at?
Like a lady?
What are those people looking at right there? I can't see it.
They're looking at
Right here.
discs. Oh, that's a woman who's having a baby.
Ah, one of us here today is having a baby. Who is currently in labor? ISHJ 12, are you currently in labor? Maybe that's it. So this is my card, 10 of cups, 10 of discs, I mean, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
It really shows how we're all chilling.
Ooh, and this one was stuck in the box.
The world. Today, we choose joy. Okay? Today.
You've been pregnant for a year now, Ghost. Mazel.
That is a slow-growing child.
Yeah, that really is.
But look, in the end, it will turn out to be the whole world
The
to you.
whole world.
It'll be like a doily and a darn long guy.
Oh my god.
So whimsical.
I feel like the whimsy has been taken over me.
It has. Your ideal woman, Cloud, is an ISTJ. That's what I say. Anyway. Hey. Yay. That's what I say.
I've seen
Anyway.
it. Anyway.
Hey. Yay. You need an ISTJ girl who can set you straight.
Yep. Cameron makes a nice partner for his girlfriend Kara, it seems.
Yeah, it's not good for the ISTJ, but it's good for the ESFP.
And the ISTJ is totally like blind to it. It's like it's like not totally, but like I don't know. They seem to accept it really more than other types.
Cloud, whether or not you agree depends on the day. Remember, you change what you say all the time. Nothing you say matters because you constantly change it. That's the natural consequence of not meaning what you say. Cloud. Your inconsistency in what you say from day to day means we don't listen to you, Cloud. Listen to you, Cloud. Nobody can take you seriously when you say what type you are, Cloud. You change it all the time. That's what happens when you choose your course of action. Nobody can take anything you say seriously.
Seriously, yeah, no.
Because you constantly change what you say.
They do not take you seriously.
It's not possible to take you seriously. You know, it's like, since this is an environment of pure word interaction, and your words don't represent you at all consistently across time, it's impossible to take anything you say seriously. Eric is giving free advice. Why does the world hate you? The world doesn't hate you, you mad bro. Although I will tell you this much, you mad bro is a pretty adversarial name. Yeah, you consistently are inconsistent about what you say. You can count on Cloud to never mean what he says.
Yeah.
You can count on Cloud to always change his belief, his type, his his whatever, his assertion. That's very consistent. Okay, well, if you're always joking, Cloud, then you're never serious, and nobody should take you seriously. Right?
There are lessons learned here.
That's the natural consequence of your behavior. It's not even a consequence necessarily. It's what you choose. You've chosen to never have anybody take you seriously because you're either always joking or just shouldn't be taken seriously because you always change your position. One of the two. I don't act like we agree, Cloud. I tell the truth and you disagree or agree depending on your mood. That's how it is. I don't pretend you agree. I mean, it's ridiculous for me to think that you agree or disagree on anything because you constantly change your position. So I don't presume you agree. I do talk about you. So you might not agree that you're an ESFP, but you are one. So I'm going to refer to you as one. You'll note that I've not changed my position about your type, whereas you have many times. So anyway, you mad, bro? As far as people hating you, I don't know if people actually hate you or not. If you approach things on the internet in a way that is designed to provoke and anger people, then people are probably not going to like you very much. You don't seem to do that around here, but I don't know. Maybe your name's not indicative of your behavior. Have I formally typed Cloud? No. I haven't, but he's still in the SFP. I can't imagine anybody else being that consistently inconsistent. ENFPs behave differently than this. Good morning, David Sanderson. How are you this fine morning? Were you aware that Mondays are for whimsy? It's true. That's why we're doing whimsical things today and we're having whimsical times.
I think that it's true because even people who are at work, right? They're probably daydreaming on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly.
You know what's whimsical? I'll tell you what's whimsical. Things that are shabby chic. I love shabby chic, whimsical things.
So you love the Olsen twins?
Are the Olsen twins shabby chic?
Yeah, they're known for like dressing like grandmas.
Well, I like to go to a country vintage store and find something rusted and put it in my yard. That is so whimsical.
That's not whimsical.
It is. It's whimsy.
That's not whimsy.
I could paint a bunny rabbit on it. Then it becomes whimsical. I love whimsy.
You love whimsy?
I love whimsy so much.
What else do you think is whimsical?
You know, things that involve whim and whimsy. Cloud, I've offered to type you on multiple occasions. You've always avoided it. Can we have Melancholy Monday instead, where all we do is whine and romanticize pain? Pain is part of life. Pain is what it means to move through the world, to see suffering all around you, and know that the people in power could do something about it but choose not to. Pain. Pain runs deep in society. Pain is an urban hellscape of poverty and despair. Pain is when you hurt my feelings. That's my poem. That's my NFP poem today. I do sometimes. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't feel like it. It's, it's a different dynamic. It involves more interface, less action deliberation. So it's less native to my nature, but I do sometimes. Have I seen the animated series Over the Garden Wall? I have not. I've not seen it. I've just begun watching Black Clover, which is meh so far, but might get better. Did you get that from that poem book you got in the mail?
I was
did not.
just thinking about reading something from it.
What poem book we got in the mail?
This one, you don't like it so much you forgot about it.
I didn't get it in the mail. My clients came and handed it to me. I haven't read it, but...
Wow.
Oh, how poetic. Formatting, how poetic. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on now. Come the mia on. Kshatriya Dharma, I hope you brought your bag full of whimsy today, because we're having a whimsical Monday.
Yes, we are. Thank you for keeping it on track. I keep on forgetting that it's so whimsical.
I know, it's easy to forget with all this seriousness around here.
Yeah.
But I tell you what's nice about Whimsical Monday too is we got a surprise super chat.
Yes, that was so nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. And I hope I did an adequate job of answering your question. Maybe I will make a video about it at some point. That looks like an any down trying to troll their readers. What are you talking about?
No, when
he's talking about Winston's mom.
Oh.
We find in the history of ideas mutations which do not need to correspond to any obvious need, and at first sight appear to be mere playful whimsies, such as Apollonius's work on conic sections or the non-Euclidean geometries whose practical value became apparent only later. Well, yeah, I mean, that's not an any down trying to troll their readers. That's an any down responding to a position that's not explicitly stated there, which is that that creativity, that need is the mother of invention, right? Need is not the mother of invention, is what that's saying. In fact, quite the opposite. That leisure is the mother of invention, and it really is. Why am I so able to spend my time being inventive here in conversations with you on the internet? Because I have a lot of leisure time. Why was I able to figure out cognitive functions? Because I have a lot of leisure time. That's why, not because of any need. And I think it's an excellent point that Arthur Koestler makes there in that regard. Need is not the mother of invention. Prosperity and leisure are.
Hey, Sean O'Neill.
It makes me think of two writers, though, that issue there. I think of Raymond Carver, and I think of this poet who wrote, I think, this poem called Toads, British poet. And both of them, late in their career, Raymond Carver didn't become able to support himself as a writer until fairly late in his career, and died not that long after. And both of them
I'm smoking weed.
Both of them spent some time writing about how it was somewhat ennobling to not be able to do what they love to do and were best at, to have to support themselves in some other way concurrently. But I think that's doing the best you can with something that is fundamentally regrettable, that they weren't able to do what they want to do all the time. You know, my being able to do what I want to do all the time is an amazing gift that few people get to enjoy, and at some point it will be more that way because, as things improve financially for me, then I'll be more empowered to do more things rather than just empowered to do the things I'm currently empowered to do. Also, COVID makes it kind of irrelevant at the moment, so it's kind of nice too. It's not like I feel constrained by money limitations because there's not a lot of interesting things that I would like to go do that I can't anyway, given all these COVID shutdowns and shit. If you are playing the drinking game on this early Monday morning, we're talking with famous people, Rachel Cough's drinking game. I think that session of coughs there would count as two distinct sessions of coughing. So I would go ahead and take 2 drinks on that one.
Yeah, but you know what?
What?
I can't go for that. No.
No can do.
I can't go for that. No.
No can do. Great song. Great Hall & Oates song. Apparently, Rachel's mom's really into Hall & Oates.
Yeah, she loves Hall & Oates. Chicago's her number 1, and then number 2 or 3 is probably Hall & Oates. And she likes Cat Stevens.
Well, I am a fan of a couple of Peter Cetera songs. He's a Chicago guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of.
She's a fan of him too.
I am a man who will fight for your honor. I am the hero that you're dreaming of. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 the power of love. The glory of love, sorry. I said the power of love. That's a Huey Lewis song.
Yes.
That's
Which
different.
is also a good song.
Yes. That's the power of love.
Mm-hmm. It's power of love.
That one goes okay.
Oh no, I just was doing my imitation of how he like sings Huey Lewis. Like, he's got the chin.
He's Huey.
Yeah.
He's Huey and he knows it.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe Eric is just very anti-TE. If he figures out how to use it, he'll probably frequent it more often. I want to try Among Us on Discord tonight, but only people show up. Maybe we will try it. I don't know. I don't want to make plans. I'm still in a sleepy week. Although I could probably call my doctor today. It's only the 30th, but I've been successfully, you can get 48 hours early. I've been successfully pushing it back a day.
That's good.
A little bit, which is progress over the alternative thing, which is usually I end up getting less than my full allotment overall because they go, oh, well, we got to order it. So then I got to go an extra 3 days without it or whatever, So, James Anderson, it's important for you and all the other TE people in the world to remember, I go through phases every month. And you can reliably anticipate that during my sleepy phase, I'll be especially anti-TE. And during my less sleepy phase, I will be much less anti-TE. Which types does Eric find boring? I don't find any individual people boring.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to watch other people's media. Depends on, it's like I'm not likely to want to consume the kind of media I make. I think that's probably true for most people. I consume media other than the kind of media I make, except for music is different, of course. But I'm saying, I don't really want to consume podcasts usually, somebody talking, because I am fundamentally somebody who wants to engage in that metaphysical field. So even if I'm watching someone else's live stream, I'm chatting the whole time. I'm not listening really very much, making jokes and whatever. If I were to just drive along listening to a podcast, I'd probably feel very inclined to want to argue with it and or contribute to it and or something else, and it would just frustrate me. I can listen to myself sometimes if it's a good live stream, but there are definitely differences between live streams. A really good live stream, like there was one the other night, I don't know, it was about 4 hours, and the first 3 hours of it or so was excellent.
I like listening to it too.
Thanks, Bobby Son. I love her new hair as well.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Bobby Son.
Although,
Thank
let me smell your head. It just barely has the faintest smell left of chemicals. Good. So the thing is, Kitty really didn't like the chemical smell. She tried to push her head against Rachel's hair to make it smell like Kitty again. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can believe he hasn't made his video yet. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna say? I mean, at some level, even T.I. Polar has to go, okay, there's a lot of stuff he's saying here that I can't do, don't understand, or recognize I have deficits in, you know? Did you start a pot of coffee?
I did.
What a wonderful woman you are.
Thank you, babe.
What a truly serious female delight.
You're a truly serious male delight.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome. Is it gap if I say that you're like the manliest man I've ever been with?
No, it's not gaff. Thank you for saying so.
It's true.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm very accustomed to that sort of stuff. Love amazing facts. I almost take it for granted from now on. From this point, at this point, it's like I really believe Rachel loves me. I don't have to worry about it or think about it or anything, and I don't feel like I'm ever at risk of her emasculating me. What's the problem, Rachel?
I already got coffee on my shirt. This is the first time I'm wearing it.
Hooray!
Thank you.
You want to be like me with girls? You don't want to be like me with girls. You want to have a girl who loves you like Rachel loves me. And that's totally understandable. And the thing is, you gotta find the person who's that compatible. It's like I don't have any great advice about relationships or anything else except to say this: that if you find somebody who's this compatible with you, it's effortless ultimately, Does a cheating wife emasculate you? Yeah. That's the most emasculatory thing a woman can do.
Terrible.
I've been cheated on. It's horrible. I didn't even like the woman, but it was still horrible.
Crazy. It's crazy that a person can create a child and not even like the person.
A cheating husband, I guess, betrays and disrespects his wife. I don't know if there's an equivalent, like effeminates or whatever. I don't think it works that direction, really. Maybe it does. No, I didn't. It was very upsetting. I had not experienced anything like that before. I was very naive at the time. I wasn't on the lookout for anything or anything like that. I just assumed that oh yeah, she's turned out to be a serial cheater. So, but she's also my daughter's mother. And I'm quite confident that it's mine, if you're wondering about that. Because she got pregnant like within like a month after we got married. She was pregnant. As soon as she stopped taking birth control, bam. And so I'm quite confident that she's actually my child. That she didn't start cheating until after she gave birth to Delilah. You don't know why I'm so dependent on them, but whatever. Well, the thing is, I'm actually not entirely dependent on them. If I were to continue to stay off of them for the next couple of weeks, I would be fairly, fairly much like myself, possibly even more effective ultimately. But I like drugs. So, I mean, no, it wasn't Kimberly who cheated. Prince, if he claims he's something other than what he is, then yeah, I'll take listen, sure.
Oh, I would have put it in the cup. I didn't.
That's okay. This is fine. What is everyone drinking? This is a cup of hot steaming vodka. Straight from the pot.
Yeah.
Vodka. My favorite. This isn't really hot steaming vodka. I was lying.
Bad.
I was lying. I gotta confess. What was the type who cheated on me? I think she's an ISFP. Possibly INFP, but probably ISFP.
Yeah, sounding like ISFP. The more I learn about her.
Did I date a guy? No. She was a chick. She gave birth to my child. No. If you're playing the drinking game, that means it's time to drink. Rachel just coughed again.
I've never been married. I don't have a child. And actually in my birth chart it says that she is not meant for marriage is not for her. It literally says that. So that was something that I came to terms with like when I was younger, that I might not get married. And I was always ambivalent about having kids, and so
You might be right. Let's see if we change places. I mean, the thing is, our skin tones are actually very similar.
yeah.
She looks a little paler now because of, I guess, the hair, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's switch places and see.
It's the location. That's so weird. Okay, yeah, I am more
better.
focused.
Rachel looks paler than me. Okay. Fortunately,
You're more tan than I am.
Fortunately, I don't feel like being in a paleness contest with Rachel.
That is a good.
Totally fine with me if she's paler. If she wouldn't have cheated on you, you would not get a girl like Rachel. Well, that's true. I have, yes, this week is also sleepy week. Last week wasn't even a proper sleepy week.
No, it wasn't.
It kept getting interrupted. So I had to get this is like the first day of me being pretty rested. And I could probably use another day of sleep, but this is also excellent sleeping weather. You know how they say in that poem, go down for your long winter's nap? Why do they say that, do you think? Why do you think they say a long winter's nap?
It's needed.
No, it's because it's one of the longest nights of the year, right?
Yeah.
So we're nearing that time where we have long nights, and it's good to really settle into some sleep.
Yeah, it is. Winston's mom, what is Dana Ishta in Vedic astrology? I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, love amazing facts. I do think she was probably an ISFP. ISFPs, for some reason, historically had been more attracted to me than other types, it seems, or more willing to express their attraction. Maybe I was just very neurotic. That's possible too. It's like ISFPs are able to go up to me and say, I like you, or something. And then I go, oh, okay, well, I guess that's clear. You know? Whereas other types maybe were trying to be coy with me, and I would just had too little self-confidence to even presume, you know. It's one of those confidence things where if you assume that you're not reproductively viable, then it's true.
Yeah, an ENTP dating and married to an ISFP.
Yeah, that didn't work out well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Dana Ishta is. I know that I'm Jupiter dominant in Vedic astrology.
They made a lot of movies out of Philip Dick books. The Android Dream of Electric Sheep is the book they made Blade Runner out of.
No, I'm Anuranda. Anuranda. I have an Anuranda. LOL. Anuranda moon sign. But I'm Jupiter dominant. Yeah, Anuranda Nakshatra. But I'm Jupiter dominant. I took that test of that woman. My mom falls under. Oh, that's interesting. I was told by Cafe Astrology in Western astrology that Venus square Uranus means that I'm not meant for relationships, which has to do with Uranus, which has to do with Aquarius, which you're, I think.
Yachts. What are those things called again?
Yachts and squares.
She's got yachts. You got to be careful when you got a lot of yachts, because 4 yachts equal a square, and 4 squares equals doom. Don't put it too low, Rachel, or people will see me playing with myself.
Okay. No, I'm just wondering if it's there we go.
Maybe we should close that blind.
I can see you a lot better though.
Okay. Nothing but yachts and squares. Well, let me tell you, Rachel, your astrology is wrong. You are fit for a relationship.
Thanks, babe.
You're fit for this
relationship.
relationship.
They said marriage. They said marriage specifically. They said marriage is not for you too.
Marriage is not for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we should trust the astrologer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always got to make sure it's right here above. I got a little bit of the Al Bundy thing going on. You know?
That's just nature.
A good old spanking.
Oh, it looks great.
That looks better.
Yeah. Here, I'll lift it.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
There.
There. We're both in focus. That's so nice.
It's whimsical.
It is whimsical.
You know what else is whimsical?
What?
The Native American cup of mine.
It
Isn't this a whimsical cup?
is. Brought to you by the Marriott, which is also whimsical.
We're going to be having Christmas in the desert this year.
Yes, we are.
We're going down to the timeshare, and for those of you who are playing the Rachel spills something game game,
This is from. I was wiping it off. My mom always used to laugh at me because, like, I would buy something and spill, like, it's always coffee or soda or iced tea, and she would know that I would, because I always quickly like wash it up so it doesn't stain. She's like, you have a huge wet spot on your shirt. I'm like, I know, Mom. I'm trying to
Fallujah?
understand.
Why, that's where I was planning on taking Rachel on our honeymoon. Fallujah.
Thank you. Oh, marriage is not for us.
Oh wow.
We could have a honeymoon though. We could
Listen,
skip
the good news is if we went to Fallujah for our honeymoon, we wouldn't be thrown off our rooftop for being gay.
How do we know?
We're not gay.
Oh, that is a plus.
You know, we go deep into Islamic extremist territory for our honeymoon. Hey, everybody, we're Americans. We're here to honeymoon.
Yo, I'm sorry, mad bro. That really sucks. Honestly, there are people who are like that. They like will take the science or whatever, or the metaphysical science of it, and they will you know, go underhanded. Sorry about that. My own aunt put a 7-year curse on me. So I hear you.
Okay, well, let me tell you something, you mad bro. I've got some good news. I am a licensed curse breaker by all licenses all the time.
Yep.
So we're gonna just have to break this curse one card at a time. Okay.
Okay.
This is
This is
part
how
of the
you're
curse.
feeling.
Okay?
Oh my gosh.
So this is the curse right here.
5 cups.
It means you're stuck in regret. Okay. So we identify the curse right off the bat. That's good. Now let's see what the solutions are, or what else we need to know. We'll find out what else we need to know. Could be. All right. So look, King of Swords. That means this curse is demanding of you some kingly thinking. Okay.
Use your NE.
And what else is possibly a factor here? Let's find out.
Yeah, he reads them better than the rest.
Uh-huh. So on way to kingly thinking, you're going to need to be okay with apprenticing yourself to these two old people down there. And they'll say, good job. So it's like, what this basically means is you need to say to me, you know what, Eric? You're right. This curse is broken. You have successfully directed me towards the pathway of truth. And then I'll say, good job. And then that way you'll pass that step. And then lastly, you'll arrive here at a new emotional birthplace. This will all happen within the course of one day. That's today. So the first thing you have to do is say, you're right, Eric. I see now the path through the King of Swords to my new emotional rebirth, and that it will be complete by the end of the day. And once you tell me that, then I'll say, good job, and we will have completed the necessary steps, and you will, by the end of the day, you'll have achieved a new yeah. No, I pull out the one that sticks out most. I have my own way of doing it, Katie.
He does it
all right?
his own way, and he doesn't read reversals.
Yeah, I don't.
What is Love Amazing Facts personality according to tarot?
All right, let's see. Your dominant function, according to Tarot Love Amazing Facts, is this one. Looks like FE is your dominant function, according to Tarot. According to Tarot, your tool function is NE. Well, that's not possible. So this must be your third slot function. Your FE. You're an ESFJ. According to the Tarot, you're an ESFJ. So, you can't always trust the Tarot. It's not a good typologist.
No, it's not. It's not a good typologist.
Who else wants to know what their tarot type is?
I do.
All right, Rachel, let's find out what your tarot type is. Your dominant function, according to the Tarot. Ooh.
Oh.
Let's see. SE.
Yeah, SE. That's what.
Okay, and your other function that's relevant. I'd call that like 8th slot TE. No, so maybe 4th slot, 3rd slot TE, I guess. So that makes you a ESFP.
Someone guessed that right the other day. I think it was Cloud.
The tarot declares Rachel an ESFP and declares Love Amazing Facts an ESFJ. Let's find out what Sky Gear's type is according to the Tarot. Dominant function is withdrawal. I call this NI. You're an NI Dom. And let's see what your other function is here.
6 slot.
Maybe this is
NI.
NI. I think this is SI.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, so let's see. You can't have SI and NI in the same, so this must be 1/8. So we need another card to determine you.
I was thinking I.
You're an SI Dom. No, he's an SI Dom with NI in the 8th as a consequence.
Okay.
So now we got to find out if you're a ISFJ or an ISTJ. ISTJ. Congratulations, Sky Gear. The Tarot has typed you as an ISTJ. You're INTP, but you're a Tarot ISTJ. Okay. Now, let's find Running Fox's type.
Yeah.
Okay. According to the Tarot, Running Fox dominant function is strength.
TE.
I'd call this is also patience, though.
Oh, yeah.
With the lion. I'd call this either NI. I call this NI. You're an NI Dom, Running Fox, according to the Tarot. Let's see what the second card is. The Emperor.
TE 7 slot. Oh, no.
No. This is going to be this is like
TE.
Is this intuition again?
No.
Or F? Is this an F or a T or?
I think that's a T.
Okay, so then NITE makes you INTJ.
Yep.
Running Fox, the Tarot has you as an INTJ. Or if you're right about the Emperor being FE possibly, then it could be an INFJ. One of the two. I think it's INTJ.
Yeah, INTJ too. I that's the feels that I was getting. INTJ.
Hi, Kyra.
Hi, Kyra.
You're gonna tell you your tarot type, which is different than your regular type.
Yeah.
Your dominant function is
SI.
SI. And Queen of Cups. FE. You are an ISFJ. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kara.
According to the Tarot, you're an ISFJ.
ISFJ.
Grass Eater, I'm going to tell you what type you are. According to the Tarot, too. TI?
TI.
this one. SI in the third. That makes you an INTP. The tarot has spoken. You are an INTP. Did we do Winston's mom yet?
No, we didn't.
Let's see what type Winston's mom is according to the tarot.
Yeah. FI.
FI. And the TE fourth. So we need another card to determine.
That's the victory card.
SE. FISE. You're ISFP. You're an ISFP according to the tarot, Winston's mom. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Do cloud? Okay, we'll do cloud. According to the tarot, cloud is in TI and TI. And TE.
TE.
So that must be here. Still TI'd on. That's all we've learned so far. And what's that? FE?
Yeah.
I guess that's fourth. Cloud's a difficult one to type. Let's see. FI. 8. We still don't know what type he is. We've only got 1, 5, 4, and 8, which just still tells us he's a TI'd on. Or TI.
Yeah. Ten of Pentacles, TE.
TE.
What's with the...
More TE. We need
Oh my
more
gosh.
TI. We need an action card, either extroverted intuition or extroverted sensing. What do you think that one is? TE again?
Yeah.
Extroverted intuition. There. He's an INTP according to the tarot. Okay. So that's enough tarot typings. I think I'm gonna probably potentially meow this meow, and I gotta run to the bank. A couple of errands to do. Before I go, though, I'm gonna do myself as. Do you have an instrumental version and an extended version of Whisper Shout? I think there is an extended version of Whisper Shout, but I don't think I have. I might have actually the file with the original things on it. In which case, what you probably want is each of the things isolated and or a loop of each of the parts would be my guess. And there's a decent chance I'm able to do that. I have to look and see. But there is a long version of it that you can get most of the things isolated in, probably, I think, up someplace, like 10 minutes of Whisper Shout, or 10 minutes of I'm the Best, or something like that. The best 10 minutes on YouTube, or something, I think it might be called. If you know how to,
Song stuck in my head now.
If you know how to do channel search, you could do that on my channel and search for it. A lot of people surprisingly don't know how to do
I
channel
don't.
search.
Yeah, you taught me.
All right. So, any final important things people need to say before we wrap this up? And this is the last cigarette of the live stream, I think. So it's been a 2 hour and 30-minute live stream. That shows you I'm pretty well rested.
Yeah, you are.
To go for a full 150 minutes.
That's good.
Pretty good. It's 150 best minutes of your life. Running Fox wants to stress that we each are required by law to have a lovely day. Stay at home and have a lovely day. Save lives. Everybody, you need to constantly save lives today.
Is that going to be like the new thing to do? Save lives?
Yeah. Right now, I'm saving lives by staying home.
Is Kitty in the bedroom?
I don't think so. I think she's outside.
She's outside.
I like your policeman uniform there, Running Fox. You look good in uniform. Yeah, I want everyone to reduce their carbon emissions, please, by 10% today. Exercising is not good for the environment. That's why I smoke, to lower my carbon emissions. By making my lungs less effective at converting oxygen into carbon dioxide, I'm helping the environment. What are you doing to help the environment, huh? What are you doing? For all you people out there exercising, that's harming the environment. You smoke coal and steel. That must make you a lot more ripped, Kyra. I can tell. Coal and steel smoke is what muscles are made out of.
What's up, stud?
It's a good point there, Ghost. That's a good point. It does. You never know.
What?
It could be that cigarette smoke kills COVID. Could be.
It could be. We don't know.
Yeah.
They won't test it.
Nicotine is poisonous, right? Why isn't it poisonous to the virus? The right attitude kills the Rona. Why I said right at the beginning that my strategy to dealing with it was if I saw it coming around, I'd give it the middle finger.
Oh, that's a really good idea. We all like doing that from time to time. Why not give it to the Rona?
The Rona. I like referring to it as the Rona. It's
me too.
It's pleasant. I feel another poop coming on.
Oh, that's good.
That's also an indication it's time to end the live stream. When you get to your second poop of the stream,
yeah,
that's the slabs telling you it's time to end the stream.
Time to end the stream.
Well, it's true you meant, bro. COVID could be worse than HIV. I mean, HIV had no symptoms until it did. Are you right? You're right. It could also, though, on the other hand, end up giving us all superpowers, right? Have you thought about that? Or it could end up giving us strange longevity. Strange and magical longevity.
Like this
For those who catch it but don't get any symptoms, it actually strengthens our immune system. Makes us more and more powerful. It could be any number of possible things that we don't know. So, the fact that it could possibly, links are clickable in chat. Why, do you want to put one? Do you want to put a link, Club Grizzly? If you want to put a link, I got to make you a moderator. Go ahead, put a link. You will fight me? Congratulations. Okay.
Who's gonna fight you?
Dave Sanderson.
For what?
I don't know.
Or over what I should say.
I'm not. Do you have a link to share as well? Oh. I don't know. Okay, then. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up now. I gotta poop again. And I finished it already, Sky Garrett. I already finished my Hero Academy. Why do you want to fight me, David Sanderson? Well, you didn't say you wanted to. You said you will fight me? Oh, okay. Well, I don't plan on having any fights. I guess I could be talked into it potentially, depending on the circumstances. Have a nice day. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.